I think the most important thing if you're starting out a company is that what problem are you solving? Are you solving a real problem? Because if you're not solving a real problem, then it will be a problem for you to get customers. Second most important thing I think is to get a co-founder. I think it's a long journey, and a co-founder is a very, very important piece in the entire startup journey. Three, I think, is you should go out and meet people, similar kind of people who are in a similar business. Try and understand this a little more better. Do you think that it's going to make sense, in the long run for you? I think that's very, very important. So conferences and seminars and all that helps a lot. Fourth, I think, is to bootstrap it for at least a year. If not a couple of years, at least a year, bootstrap it, put your own money and build this up. Because that will really kind of make you really serious about the business that you're in. Once you get some proof of concept, go out to some of your friends, family, mentors, bosses and all, seek their advice, see whether it makes sense. Will they, some of them would be keen to kind of put some money on your business. So if that is, if you get a green signal there, I think you're more or less ready with the proof of concept. Roll out that proof of concept, put it out to some of the angel investors, and see how it goes from there. A lot of people don't pay a lot of attention on the don't part. So clearly, number one, not to do thing is that you should never have an office in a bad location. So we made that mistake. We had an office in a bad location. We struggled to hire people. Two is that make sure that the unit economics is making sense for the business. It should add up, and operationally you should be able to break even over a period of time. If it is not, then the wrong business that you're in. Third is that make sure that you hire right talent. And if you are in case initially you get only bad talents, that's the journey of a startup. So if in case you get a bad talent, make sure that you fire him also equally. Don't get emotional about not firing a talent just because you're dearth of talent for you when you're starting out. But if you've got a wrong talent, make sure that you get rid of it. I think that's very, very critical. Third is that you have to sense that is it too early as a concept or is it too late as a concept to getting in. So the timing is very, very important. So not to be early and not to be late as well. So that's critical. You need to work for your company, for your customers, not for your investors. I think a lot of people make that mistake. Once they get a lot of money into the company, they start working for the investors. So it becomes more of an investor company than your own baby. The other mistake that most people do is that they do with their jobs. That's also, I think, is avoidable. People should not do this, try and attempt this with their jobs. It never works because job itself is 8 to 10 hours of work. A startup is even more than that, so it doesn't add up. So I think, and finally, I think you need to do this yourself first. If you are, let's say, have some customers or some things that you have to do to make sure that there is some success. You need to get your hands dirty before you actually set up a team and ask them to do it for you. A lot of people rely on the team, saying that there's a team, so let me kind of figure it out with the team. But you should do it first before you get out. So struggle is a constant. In a startup journey, it's a piece which will always be there. But how you get out of that, get to a level where you can overcome those struggles is I think all about the startup is all about. So initially, we had initial struggles. We were not getting customers, we were not getting borrowers, we were not getting lenders. There was a struggle in terms of getting those borrowers and lenders in place. So we had a lot of lenders coming in and we didn't see any borrowers coming in. So there was a demand side which was completely empty and the supply side was looking up. Then we had a situation where the demand side kind of went very good and the supply side looked weak. So we had to kind of struggle with this initially a lot. Now I think it looks better. Demand supply, both of them are kicking in at the same time.